Hello everyone, good evening. Can we all hear me? Happiness. I noticed you are the only one on call. Please, can you confirm that you can hear me? Hello, can we hear me? Okay. So if you can hear me, please can you just give a thumbs up? Let me see. I did not hear you. Please give a thumbs up. Let me see.
You hear me?
Hello everyone. Good evening. Sorry, I'm so sorry. My network is a bit bad. But anyways, we will be beginning right about now. Welcome to class. Please, I would like to encourage us to try and reach out to our other co-mentees to make sure that we have everyone on call. Today is a practical class, so we need everyone who is going to be participating both in the session, in the practicals themselves, and who would be watching the mediation to join in. So please, let's kindly do that as soon as possible. Thank you as you comply. I will just be reading out our mentors profile, not reading, just rather introducing them as we normally do. So in class today, okay, give me a moment. Let me reshare my screen. My second device is back on. Uh,
All right. So in class today, we are expecting to have Mr. Niachan one. Well, I don't think I need to introduce him any further. He is one of the mentors that has been, and we hope, I guess he's running a bit late, so he will be joining us shortly. Next up for today's class, we have Mrs. Snatch Janet. I don't think she has been able to get started, but we hope that in today's class she will be available. She will be our next mentor for today. Next, we are supposed to have in the session Miss Awasun, one of our mentors all the way from Rwanda. I I am a profound mentor of ours that has been with us for the last couple of weeks. running us through the sessions and ensuring that we have a proper understanding of what's of.
Sorry, my network is a bit shaky. So it's logging me out on my second device, but I will just try to switch in between my two devices so that we can still work around it. So yes, next I was introducing Miss Queen Esther Ozioma, right? She will be another mentor that we will be having in the session today. We also have Jennifer, Miss Jennifer, Miss Jennifer Chinan Soku Aneyi. Another mentor we are expecting in today's class. Another mentor we're expecting in class, and then we are also supposed to have Mr. Joshua Zaka Young. Yes, also another mentor who has been with us throughout the course of the program.
Throughout the course of the program. Let me reshare my screen. Okay. Okay. Also, in today's session, we are expecting to have Mrs. Khadija Kabir Shehu. She was with us, I think, for our week 1 and week 2 class, and we hope she will be joining us shortly. Thank you so much, Ma, for volunteering to be a mentor in this session. I think she's a very, very practical expert in terms of mediation, and she has shown us that she's well advanced within that line. We are also expecting Mrs. Deborah Megari. Ms. Deborah, also a very fantastic mentor who has been with us throughout the course of the program, I think, except from the last class. And okay, Mr. Benjamin Ishaya Shekari, another mentor that I don't think we've had the opportunity to meet Mr. Benjamin, but we hope that in today's session he will be fully available. And last but not least, we'll be having Mr. Isaac Asari, one of our mentors all the way from Ghana. I'm sure we are very, very familiar with him. He has been very consistent with our sessions and he has been around right from week 1. And I trust that when he's able to, he'll be joining us. So I'll stop sharing my screen now and just let us know how the session for today will be going. So in today's class, both group 1 and group 2 will be starting out with your practical simulation, right? We would be taking simulation from you guys. We expect that you are going to be able to turn on your videos, introduce yourself, let us know which roles you'll be playing, the role plays you'll be occupying, and we will give you, I think, about 15 minutes for your simulation, right? So please, if you are in group 1, I think I want to start this way. If you are in group 1, can you just kindly indicate by the raise of hands so that we know, okay, you are in group 1 and you are participating in the simulation. Can we just see by the raise of hands, right? If you can hear me, just confirm by the raise of hand if you're in group 1. Okay, thank you, Edna. Please, can we have more group 1 members raise their hands so that at least we know how many people are participating in the simulation for group 1 and those who will be doing so for group 2. Okay, what about group 2? Do we have group 2 members on the call? Group 2, please, let's see your hands. If you're participating in the simulation, if you will be joining your team to participate in the simulation, please raise your hands. We want to quickly be able to do this so that I can address you by name, and we can have a smooth session. So please, group 2 members, let's see your hands. Thank you. Hello, group 2 members. Are we ready for our simulation? Please, let's respond. Okay, thank you, happiness. We are not necessarily responding well, and I want us to really, really be able to do this as quick as possible so that we can finish within the time frame. Okay, thank you, Zainab. All right, so let me see if group one. I would just want to go back to group one. Group one, right? Let's raise our hands and then begin to introduce ourselves. If you are going to be participating in the simulation, yeah, right. Let me see your hands. Turn on your videos, and let's meet each other. Group one members, who the only two that are going to be available for group one.
Mr. Dennis, your voice is low. I don't know if I'm the only one hearing you.
Okay, let me try and see if I can work on that.
All right, can you guys hear me now?
Better now.
All right, so please, group one members, you can kindly indicate, let's meet you, those that will be participating in the simulation, let's meet you, and let's go ahead and start our simulation. Okay, Edna, are your other co-mentees that are supposed to participate in the simulation here on the call? Please feel free to speak up so that we know you are here with us. Hello, Edna. Please feel free to speak up. Let's get to meet you and your team members. Okay. If you are using a laptop, please you can check your audio and make sure that it's set to your device speaker so that you can kindly unmute. All right, so that we do not waste so much time. Group one, while you guys are trying to get yourself together, I hope group two is ready. All right, if group one is not yet ready, if group one rather is not yet ready, please you can just go ahead and find out and contact your other mentors. Sorry, I said other mentors. You can contact your other mentees to see if they can join you on the call. If group one is not ready, please can we have members of group two indicate? Okay, happiness, please you can go ahead. Introduce yourself and call out your other members that will be participating in simulation. Hello, happiness. Are you with us?
Good evening, sir. Good evening. Good evening to our mentors. So this is group two, and we are working on presenting on our mediation simulation today. And I will be the mediator over this session. We have our parties, people that would be representing or acting as these parties. We have Mr. Musa, we have Emmanuel, we have A and B company representative. We have Chinenye. we have Miss Musa, we have Oluwafumi, Fumilayo. Then we have the clerks, we have Zainab, and we'll be starting off with the clerk. So Zainab, please can you begin the session?
All right, thank you very much, Happiness. Please, you can for the group members, that's group 2, please, can you kindly turn on your video so that we can see you? All right, thank you, Happiness. Please, can we have other members of group 2 comply? Okay, Zainab. All right, so over to you guys. You can start your simulation.
Zainab, please kindly begin the session.
All right. Good day, everyone. My name is Zainab Adekunle, and I'll be taking on the role of the clerk. Okay. Good day, everyone. This is a mediation session between Mr. Musa and A and B company, and the session will be conducted by our mediators. The parties are enjoined to please maintain decorum. Over to you, mediator.
Yes. Good day, my name is Yes, and I will be serving as the mediator in this session. I'd like to begin by explaining the confidential process. So my role as a mediator is to remain neutral and assist both parties in having a constructive conversation towards resolving their disputes. So I would like the parties to begin by introducing themselves. Mr. Musa, first of all, then the representative of the A and B company, then Ms. as also a party, a joining party to the A and B company. Mr. Musa, you can introduce yourself.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Mr. Musa, the complainant.
Okay.
Can you guys hear me?
Then, yes, I can hear you. The representative of the general manager of A and B company, Chinenye, please introduce yourself. Okay. Whilst she has not yet introduced herself, Ms. Musa, the HR manager of A and B company, kindly introduce yourself.
Good day, everyone. I am Ms. Musa, the HR manager at A and B company.
It's glad that all the parties have introduced themselves. Now we'll go on to the issue for today. Mr. Musa, please, can you walk us through what happened from your perspective? Tell us your side of the story.
Okay, thank you. So I resigned from my previous job after being promised by AMD that they were going to give me an increase in salary. So I left my previous job at Abuja to get to work with AMD company. So after the lockdown, I was told I was going to work remotely, but I wasn't given any feedback or any communication on how the work process is going to be. And I wasn't paid for 8 months. So that is the reason why we brought this matter to the mediator to resolve. So I want to be paid my balance.
Okay, when you say your balance, what do you mean?
The money that was not paid for the 8 months, my salary.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you. Ms. Musa, as a representative of the A and B company, the HR manager, who, like Mr. Musa said, called him to informed him that the job has been given to him. Can you walk us through what happened? Can you tell us from the perspective of the company, can you tell us the story of what happened? Can you walk us through?
Okay. The company was not operating during the general lockdown, and Mr. Musa is expecting us to pay him for work he did not do.
Okay. Miss Musa, I would like to ask a question. Was there a valid contract of employment stating that Mr. Musa had been employed to the company?
Yes, there was. I was given a letter of
This
employment.
question is
Yes,
this question is to Miss Musa. Miss Musa, the HR manager.
Yes, there was.
So he was given a contract of employment, right?
Yes.
Okay. So what I understand from this case, Mr. Musa was given a contract of employment. When the lockdown happened, he reached out to the manager and called the manager of and the manager asked him to talk to you for further instructions. What happened? Is this true? Tell me what happened.
Sorry, I didn't get your question. Can you come again, please?
Okay. From the facts of this case, when the lockdown started, Mr. Musa expressed his concerns to the general manager as regards the lockdown, and the general manager asked him to get further instructions from you as regards a remote work. Can you tell us what happened? Was this instruction gotten and what was the response?
Okay, I did not inform him about how he could work remotely.
Okay. As to how he could work with him. You got it from the general manager. Now, from what I can hear, I can hear Mr. Musa's concern about his financial loss, the financial loss he suffered after relying on the job offer, because this job offer he got was one that caused him to quit other to start working at this company, and yet he did not receive or salary or any sort of remuneration, even after he was being asked to, even after you were being asked to give him further instructions on the remote work. And on the other hand, the company is, I see that the company is concerned about being held responsible for circumstances that are not under their control. But however, I would like that the parties cooperate, and I would like to encourage the parties to work together towards attaining a point of agreement and compromise. All right, moving on this simulation. Mr. Musa, I would like to ask you a question. Is there anything else affecting this situation? Do you
yes,
think that Ms. Musa did not reach out to you because there was an underlying issue?
yes. I believe me and Miss Musa had the personal issue which affected the way I was treated. Because of that individual explanation for why she didn't reach out to me after being instructed by the manager to reach out to me. So yes, I feel hurt and betrayed by the management.
Okay. Ms. Musa, would you like to respond? What do you have to say?
Well, that is a personal matter, and it is not in any way related to the company's position on this.
Okay.
But I believe,
We understand that emotion. Mr. Musa, kindly speak.
I believe Miss Musa is saying our personal issue did not affect our official capacity in meeting with me. But I disagree because of she was clearly instructed to reach out to me on how I could work remotely, but she didn't, which is why we are here today. So the only thing I know is I want to get paid my unpaid salary and also damages for everything I suffered during that 8 months because of I don't understand how she expected and how the company expected me to survive after being just left out and cut out. So yeah, that is why. So I want to be paid my damages is 20 million, and that is what I'm asking for.
Mr. Musa, I understand your concern. And as the mediator, I am here to ensure that, or to do my best to ensure that there is a compromise between both parties. Okay.
Yeah, no problem.
All right. So this is now our mentors, everybody, audience. This is now a person. So I am doing a person with Mr. Musa. Then I will proceed to the company just to find out if we can get an agreement, get a bit of compromise. So, Mr. Musa, what is your interest here? How
So
much
what?
do you think? How much is
Okay,
it?
so
How much do you think? Calm down, please wait. What is your interest here? Let me take it for you.
okay, so I believe the payment of my salary arrears, the one I was not paid, and for damages, I believe everything should amount to 20 million, and that is what I'm requesting for.
Can you specify an amount?
I said I believe everything for the damages I suffered, and also for the unpaid salary, I'm requesting 20 million from the company.
20 million.
Yes.
Okay. 20 million. Is that what's the lowest price that you'd agree to collect as compensation from AMP? Did you get me?
Can I hear you?
I said, what is the lowest price that you would agree to collect from A and B company as compensation for the 8 months of arrears and all you suffered during the 8 months?
So I could only collect at least 18 million from the company due to I could understand that okay, this was the personal fault on the from the aspect of Mrs. Musa, but still the company should have reached out. I really there's no way an employee will not work for 8 months and the company did not make any effort, which is also represented that the company are liable. Either they knew of the situation and they decided to ignore it, or they did not see me fit to be reached out to, and this is wrong. So yeah, the company should pay, and I believe they're capable of that amount. So yeah, that's what I'm requesting.
Okay, if they agree to pay you 1 million, I know you said that 18 million is the lowest that you can go. Would
Yes,
you
I said it.
go?
No, I will not consider lower than 18 million.
Okay, this is
Yes.
the end of the caucusing. Now, it's A and B company representative, Ms. Musa. Are you open to? I'm so sorry for the background noise. Ms. Musa, are you open to a settlement with Ms. Musa? A compensation for all the expenses and all the you suffered during these 8 months of being unemployed. Are you open to a settlement?
Yes, I'm open to a settlement.
Okay, what is the highest price that you would give to Mr. Musa? Considering that he has been without financial support for this past session.
Well, the highest compensation we can give to Mr. Musa is 8 million naira.
8 million naira. Okay, so that's a good one. All right. So if he says 18 million naira, are you open to paying that as compensation, considering the fact that he has been through a lot these 8 months? Could you go for 18 million? Hello, can you hear me? I think our network is having issues. Hello, can you hear me?
So it seems her network is having issues. We'll just give her a minute or two to join back.
Sorry, my mic
Funmilayo, are you back with us?
off.
All right, please, you can go back. You can continue.
Okay. Um, Additionally, can you take the spots of Funmilayo so that we could just wrap this up? Or any other group 2 member?
I'm back.
Okay, okay. So now we are back in session. Mr. Musa and Ms. Musa, the representative of the AM company. So, Mr. Musa, from what I could understand from the private interactive parties, the A and B company said that they can give only 8 million naira as compensation. This is not in agreement with your 80 million naira compensation price. However, is there a room for compromise?
So I don't believe there's any room for compromise because of the company is not, will I say, empathetic enough. Okay? Because of I made a demand of 20 million, which I reduced to 18 million due to the state of things. So the company proposing 80 million is disrespectful. I was not paid any salary for 8 months. I had to feed myself, feed my two children, my wife, and the company is not saying all these expenses. But I took some loans to be able to pay my children's school fees and to keep the house running. So the company proposed 8 million. How are they expecting me to survive? So no, 8 million is too little.
As the mediator facilitating communication between the parties, I would like to suggest that the compensation price be made 10 million naira so that Mr. Musa can cover up his expenses and it will be fair for the company as well, considering the fact that the COVID-19 lockdown was not something that was caused by nature, by human hands. So is there a compromise between the parties or there is no settlement?
At 10 million.
Ms. Musa, yes,
Well,
kindly speak, Mr. Musa.
okay.
Yeah, let me keep that going because if I don't believe 10 million is enough, it's still not enough.
All right. Okay, it seems like we are not reaching an agreement on this session. So we are going to postpone. I would meet the parties individually after this session. We're going to be meeting another time to see if
Um, Mediator, are you with us? We cannot hear you. Okay. I think she's having some network issues. she's there. I'm sure she'll be joining us shortly. Mediator, are you with us? Hello, Happiness. Can you hear us?
Yes, sir, I can hear you, sir. So we are done with the
Yes.
mediation session,
Sorry,
mediation
you went
simulation.
off.
Oh. So we were done.
Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, all right. So thank you very much. I thought probably there was something else we were going to round up with, but thank you very much, Happiness, Zainab, Oluwafunmilayo, and Emmanuel for stepping up on behalf of your group to participate in the simulation. We appreciate your efforts and the time you people put into rehearsing for the simulation. Well done. And the feedback to your particulars will be given to you by the mentors after we are done with group one. So once again, thank you for the time and the effort you put into it. So we would be going back to group one. Group one, if you guys are ready, we are ready from your simulation. Hope you guys can hear me. Can you hear me loud and clear?
Yes, we can hear you, sir.
We can hear you, sir. Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Thank you, Mr. Emmanuel. Thank you, Edna. Okay, I see that you guys are ready. So please, you can, just like the way Group One did, you can go ahead, introduce yourself and the parties that you guys are representing and carrying on with the simulation.
All right, thank you, sir. Good evening, everyone. I'm Emmanuel Okunaya from Group 1. And please confirm that you can hear me.
Yes, we can hear you, Emmanuel.
All right, thank you. I'm Emmanuel Okunaya, and from Group 1, I'll be playing the role of the mediator, while a number of other of my group members will be playing other roles. Please, the rest of us should unmute ourselves and introduce ourselves.
Please, can we put on our cameras now while it is still day, so that we can have a snapshot?
Yes, thank you, sir, for bringing that to my notice. So please, we'll just be taking a brief pause. We'll be taking a brief pause to then we'll get back our videos for our pictures, and then that's like I want to please encourage group members, get ready so that you can step in and you can just run through your simulation as fast as possible. All right. Thank you very much. We are done with that. Thank you, everyone. So please, back to you, group one. Sorry.
Yes.
Did someone say something?
Well, let's go ahead.
All right, sir.
Okay, Mr. Emmanuel, back to you.
All right, thank you. So the rest of us should introduce ourselves and tell the house the parties will be representing.
Okay, good evening, everyone. My name is Edna Bello. I'm A and B's company representative. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Akubwe Chizdelu. I'll be taking the role of Mr. Musa. Thank you so much.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Olamide Adeju. I'll be taking the role of Miss Musa.
All right. Thank you, everyone.
Sorry, just sorry to cut you in. Sorry to interrupt. Please,
Yes.
if we can't, we don't have the videos on, and if you can, please can you turn on your videos so that we can see you.
Sir, sorry.
Please,
Some of
over
my
to
group
you now.
members. All right, sir. They mentioned that they would not be in the best position to turn on their cameras because of some issues. So that's why their cameras are off. All right. Well, I welcome the parties to.
That's fine. That's fine. Please go ahead.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Please go ahead.
All right. I welcome the parties to this mediation session. I am Festus Collins, the mediator for this session. I'm a mediator with the Settlement House ADR Center, and I'm a mediator that has had over 10 years experience in settling disputes through ADR. So I'll be facilitating this session rather. So you can address me by my first name. It will be okay to address me by my first name, Emmanuel. The parties can now introduce themselves. The parties can now introduce themselves, please.
My name is Edna. I'll be representing A and B company.
All right.
My name is Ayin Boluwatife, legal representative of Mr.
All right. You can go ahead, Miss Musa.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Mr. Musa.
All right. And the last party, Miss Musa, are you there?
Good evening, everyone. I'm Miss Musa.
So you're welcome once again to this mediation session. I want to confirm that it will be okay for me to refer to you by your first names. Please confirm that it will be okay for me to refer to you by your first names.
It is okay.
All right.
It's
I want to
okay,
congratulate.
sir.
All right. Thank you. I want to congratulate the parties for choosing mediation over other dispute settlements or dispute resolution strategies. And I'm assuming that this is your first time in a mediation session. So I'll quickly run through what a mediation session is and what it has to offer. So a mediation session is basically a voluntary process, a non-confrontational process of resolving disputes where the parties come together and in a non-confrontational atmosphere, they work together to attain a mutually beneficial settlement. So going further, we would start by setting the ground rules for this session. We'll start by setting the ground rules for this session. We have about 30 minutes for this session, for this mediation session. And I would advise parties to maintain decorum throughout the session and to avoid the use of any unparliamentary words while interacting with each other. I would advise the parties to be respectful to one another and each party would also be given the opportunity to express the equal opportunity to express themselves. And in case the parties arrive at a deadlock where there's more like a going back and forth situation, we would immediately switch into a private caucus session. The parties can also request this if they arrive at a deadlock. I hope we all understand this ground rules and agree to be bound by it.
Yes, moderator. Can proceed.
All right, thank you. So now I request the parties to proceed with their opening statement. The parties can now proceed with their opening statements. Mr. Musa. Is Mr. Musa with us? You can proceed to your opening statement.
Good evening, everyone. So I acted in good faith and resigned from a stable position in Abuja upon a successful interview because A and B company offered me a higher salary of 250,000 naira and a chance to be near my family in Kaduna. On March 31st, I came for documentation and was welcomed warmly by the employees in the company. But after a personal disagreement with the HR manager, which I believe was settled, every communication between us died. When the lockdown commenced, the general manager told me to wait for the HR instruction regarding working remotely from home. I waited for 8 months with no income for me and my family to rely on, and even turned down other opportunity, leading to a lot of accumulated debt, only to be told that I never worked a day in the company, and as such, I deserve nothing. I actually seek for justice and compensation for all the whole hardship I've suffered, as well as to be able to pay off all my debt that I've accumulated within these 8 months. Thank you so much.
All right, the other party can proceed.
Okay. With all due respect, Mr. Musa's personal feelings are clouding the economic reality. There's no way someone that didn't work would now expect pay for what he or services he or she didn't render. The Kaduna State government declared a total lockdown on March 28, 2022. Our offices were sealed. A and B company was not doing business. So which staff would even come to work? Because there's no movement, there's total lockdown, everybody is expected to stay at home. The company cannot be held liable for circumstances beyond its control. Since Mr. Musa never actually commenced his first day at work, which was stated for April 1st, employment has not fully commenced as Mr. Musa had not resumed duties. So I feel going by this, I would say his interview, he's holding on for us to notify him when he's completely aware that, okay, there's a lockdown. And then he's saying we should come and pay for the debt he accumulated. With all honesty, this cannot be done. We cannot pay salary to someone who had never performed a single tax for the company. The 20 million naira demand is frankly an absurd claim. Sincerely, under labor principles, wages are generally earned upon performance. Hence, the no work, no pay rule. Therefore, Mr. Musa is not entitled to salary or damages. And if I may add, going by force major, this is an act that no one can stop. So I would say the contract or that picture of he feeling he is entitled to something from us has been frustrated due to the lockdown, which was beyond his or our own control. Thank you.
All right, thank you, parties, for your contribution thus far. So to clarify, I would like to ask some questions. So I want to be sure I am understanding you or you both correctly. So there is an existing employer-employee relationship between the both parties, right?
Not really, because he was not employed. And
But
he
there
didn't
was
even start his work.
But there was a formal contract initially stating that he got a job with your company, right?
Not really.
Well, according to the facts of the case, your company had offered him an employment which made him, and according to what Mr. Musa said, your company offered him a job which made him leave his previous job and proceed
Yes,
to.
but he was waiting for the formal communication, which was supposed to be issued as to when he would resume and all that.
Okay, so did the company provide any formal communication regarding resumption? Or
No.
okay. So no formal communication was issued.
Yes, no formal communication was issued.
In other words, the company fails to communicate employment status or expectations, right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so Mr. Musa, are you there?
Yes, sir.
All right, you can address me by my first name.
Yes, Mr.
Who is there?
Emmanuel.
All right. This question is to you. Were you ready and available to work, having received the formal contract initially?
Yes, I was willing and able to perform all my duties at all time. All I needed at the possible time was a little directive from the HR, which the general manager told me I will receive.
Okay. Okay. There's also a mention of a personal relationship between you and the HR manager. Would you like to address this?
Yes, the HR manager and I had a personal relationship briefly, but I ended it because it was accidental and I'm married with kids. After that, she became hostile and promised to make things difficult for me at work.
Okay. Okay. Does the company representative have anything to say regarding this?
I would say the company was not aware of this situation, because if we were, would have not granted him an opportunity to even come for any interview, as we would not want any outside relationship compromising work standard.
Okay. Miss Musa, you're on the call, right? Would you like to address this? You're muted, please. You can unmute yourself.
Sorry. Okay. I admit that there was a personal relationship, but this did not in any way affect any of my official decisions. I only threatened him during the heat of the moment and not in a fresh outbreak. So I did not, however, let this interfere with my personal professional judgment.
All right. At this point, I can see that the parties have reached a deadlock and we may not be able to go further in this joint session. So I'll be requesting the representatives for A and B company to please exit the session while I have a private caucus session with Mr. Musa. All right. Mr. Musa, are you there? Mr.
Yes,
Musa, are
Mr.
you there?
Emmanuel. Yes,
All right.
Mr.
Thank
Emmanuel.
you. All right. So this is a private session, a private caucus session. And I want to reassure you that in this session, it's going to, of course, the confidentiality of all that you would say here would be upheld, and you would only share whatever you share here would only be shared to the other parties upon your authorization or with your authorization. First of all, let me start by asking you how the session is going so far.
Actually, the session is going okay. All I just want is my money. And I actually pray I get justice as well as compensation for all this whole hardship this company has actually put me through.
All right. Thank you. Hopefully, we would be able to arrive at a mutually beneficial settlement for both parties. So I would like to ask you some further questions or interact with you concerning your position regarding what the company representative mentioned. Looking at your case, we can see that the lockdown, although they offered you employment and which you accepted and even took active steps to work with or act on. However, the lockdown happened and we can see that as an act of God. Which we can see that as an act of God. Please, can you mute your mic? We can see that as an act of God, which frustrated or which acts to frustrate the contract. And with that being the case, if this proceeds to, assuming that this mediation session does not turn out the way we expect it to, and you proceed to court, the likelihood of you getting judgment in your favor may not be all that high. Also, the 20 million naira damages which you had mentioned, which you want the company to pay you and also to offset all the backlog salaries may not be forthcoming in a litigation process. So looking at that now, I want you to look through this whole thing and let me know if there's another alternative, suggestion that you would have the company do for you to sort this issue as it stands. Are you there?
Having heard all you said, I will actually reduce my the damages I'm actually seeking to 10 million naira.
10 million naira. Okay. How about the payments of the backlogs for your salaries? Did you hear me? I said, how about the backlogs for your salaries?
That's what I'm saying. It was actually included. So 10 million naira should be covering every payment and expenses, as well as the compensation. So, yeah.
All right. So you're saying if you are offered 10 million naira, you would let this issue die down?
Yes, Mr. Emmanuel.
All right. Would you like me to communicate this to the other party in the joint session?
Yes, Mr. Emmanuel, I actually love that.
All right. Thank you. At this point, I would request you to exit the session so I can also have a private caucus session with the company's legal representatives.
Okay, Mr. Emmanuel.
So the company legal representative, are you here?
Yes, I can hear you, Mr. Emmanuel.
All right. Thank you very much. So I would reassure you again that this is going to be a confidential session, of course, and would also be neutral. Whatever you share here would not be shared to the other party, except you authorize us to. With that being said, I'll first ask you how the session has been for you.
I would say a little bit tough because the damages and then Mr. Musa's stand. But let's just see what comes out of the mediation session.
All right. Hopefully, we would arrive at a mutually beneficial resolution.
Yeah.
All right. So I've heard Mr. Musa's side of the issue, and he feels he was indeed hired in good faith. But along the line, he was ghosted for 8 months, and of course, he left where he was to come, hoping to come work with your company with expectation of good salary. So, but all of that happened, and we are here. So he's asking for 20 million naira. He's asking for 20 million naira, and from the facts of the case, we can see that there was actually a contract of employment which he signed. And now you have mentioned in the joint session that the lockdown acts as a force majeure, more like an act of God, which frustrates the contract. So you're claiming that it relieves you of any liability for not communicating him earlier on regarding the remote work and all. But if you look at it, the fact that there is a contract is the primary issue here. Whether he did any task for the company or not is besides the fact. He was employed. He took active steps to and assured him rather that he would work remotely and left him hanging, told him he would hear from the HR, which he did not, and all of that. If this matter goes to court, the likelihood of your attaining success may be slim, given that there is a contract and the actions of your company suggests a breach of that contract. So I would suggest at this point that you make a proposition, an alternative proposition, just in case you both cannot come to a middle ground.
Okay, I would say yes, if we were to look besides the first major, I would say his reliance on the fact that okay, he had gotten the job and then he's leaving his workplace is more detrimental to him. But I would simply say that due to the lockdown, we as a company did not get to generate any revenue. The company was locked down for several months. And then having to pay someone who never actually worked is a different thing entirely. But I would say if he drops to 20 million naira and signs a full waiver and release, we can offer a hardship payment of 1 million naira and then we'll pay 3 months' salary to him. That's our absolute limit to end this for now. Sincerely, the 8 months thing wasn't funny because for a company to close down for 8 months and then you have other workers and then you have so many things to fix. So it's basically not an easy one for us. So I feel this is what the company is going with.
Okay. Thank you for that input and suggestion. As I said earlier, we would only share this if you authorize us to share it with him. So do I have your authorization to share it with him?
Yes, please. At least so we can move forward.
All right, thank you. So
Thank
back to the joint session. Mr. Musa, you can now join in again. All right, please confirm that you are both with us.
Yes, I am here.
Yes, I'm present,
All right.
Mr. Emmanuel.
All right, thank you. So with the authorization of both parties, I'll be sharing what was shared in the private caucus session. So Mr. Musa had shifted grounds and he is willing to accept 10 million naira in damages for loss for the salaries unpaid and the losses he suffered in the period when he received no salary. Also, the company representative the company's legal representative has also shifted grounds and is also willing to compensate Mr. Musa for the issue that has occurred between both parties. And they have offered 1 million naira as hardship payments, and also they offered to pay 2 to 3 months salary, right?
Yes.
All right. So the parties can now negotiate.
A and B company will be offering Mr. Musa 800,000 as a goodwill payment without admission of liability. Mr. Musa, what do you say?
Mr. Musa, what do you say about that?
Okay, I'm satisfied with the agreed sum, provided a payment deadline is provided, so I will not hear any more story about my money and also to pay off my debt.
So to be clear, the company would be compensating Mr. Musa with a sum of 800,000 naira as goodwill payment, and also would be paying up 3 months
3 months
salary.
yes.
3 months salary. So Mr. Musa, that is fine by you, right?
Yes, Mr. Emmanuel.
All right. I believe we've
But
been able, but
Yeah.
you have something more to say.
yes, but there's a need to specify the deadline, so I will not hear any more story. Like I need something substantial, like to rely on.
All right. So, Miss, the company's representative, please, what do you have to say about this?
We'll pay up as soon as the settlement is drafted. That's the settlement terms.
No, that's not particularly certain. Can there be a certain date that can be included in the settlement agreement?
Okay, can we go with month end?
Month end is a good suggestion, but can you give a specific date?
Okay, I'll say 30th.
All right, 30th of March 2026, correct?
Yes.
So, Mr. Musa, is that okay? Are you okay with that?
Yes, I accept. I'm okay with the date.
All right. Thank you very much for this session. I believe we've come to a middle ground, and this, to me, is a very beneficial agreement for both parties. So I want to thank both parties for their patience and their interaction thus far. And I also want to let you know that at the end of this session, I will draft a settlement agreement, which when signed by both parties, would be binding on both parties. So thank you very much again for this session. You can give your closing statements. Parties, you can give your closing statements, a remark regarding the mediation session.
Who is going first?
Mr. Musa, please go first.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Emmanuel, for a successful mediation session. I'm really impressed that I'm going to be getting my money and my family and I have something to rely on for the forthcoming month. And the fact that we're able to reach a settlement, like a mutually acceptable decision. And I'm looking, like I said, I'm looking forward to my money, and I just hope we don't have to come back here. Thank you so much.
Certainly.
Okay, on behalf of
Mr.
A and B company, I would say thank you to the mediator and also thank you to Mr. Musa. This agreement would have not been possible without you both, the time invested and the consideration, shifting grounds. I look forward to maybe in the near future having Mr. Musa in our company. And the mediator once more, thank you for the time invested.
All right, thank you very much again.
Thank you.
This is the end of the session.
Okay.
All right, thank you very much, good one, for your mediation simulation. I would say thank you to Mr. Emmanuel, the mediator, Edna, Joy, and I think I don't know who I'm missing, but well done to all of you for your mediation simulation. So I'm not the expert in this. I would, yes, just the way you normally sign your attendance, you'll be signing it for after the class. So just the way, so I'm not the expert in this, right? So we will be handing over to the experts to give feedback to your solution, and they can just properly address some of the areas that they were lapses and what they feel you should have done better. So we'll be handing over to our mentors. Mr. Nacham, I can see you on the call. Thank you so much, sir, for being around. Also, I think I can see Mr. Isaac. Thank you so much, sir, for being around. So, Mr. Nacham, over to you.
Okay, sorry. Hello.
Mr. Yes, sir, we are with you,
Hello.
sir. Yes, sir, we are with you, sir.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you, sir.
Okay, so let me start by appreciating all the mentees for a job well done, especially the last class. You know, the mediator just he balanced and he did the thing so wonderfully, as if they have already planned the whole thing. Well, that is good. So instead of I think instead of talking or speaking too much, I think it will be better for the for the participants to actually ask questions at this critical junction, because the questions will help the mentors to be able to speak to some of the important aspects of the maybe some of the important aspects. So I don't know if the mentees have any question, but before they ask the question, you know, I would okay, is Deborah there? Deborah? Okay, let me call Mr. Achi.
No, she's not on call, sir.
Mr. Achi. Can Mr. Achi hear me? Hello? Mr. Achi?
We can hear you, sir. I don't know if Mr. Achi is maybe he's not having a good network.
Okay, let me see. I saw him here. Achi. Okay. Okay. So, Mr. Isaac, let me hand over to you. You make your input on the two presentations. And I would have preferred that the mentees actually ask questions on the things that they need to understand for, you know, in this mediation process. That would be better But if they want us to comment, that's fine. But it will limit the extent to which they will learn what they ought to learn. So, but
Okay. Thank
yes, Mr. Isaac, thank you.
Thank you. Just that I want to make maybe few observations, then they can ask the question that they want to ask. Um, for instance, if you look at the first the first group, didn't do, I think, caucusing when she realized that there was an impact, whether she did a question before I came in. When she realized that an impact, she said that people and subsequent mediation. And I think I think she should have explored getting to know the side of each of the parties and why they are still holding on to their position, and maybe she could have helped them better. Then as for the second group, I think I commend all of them. You have done well. Yes, they like well. Some of the choice of words that you may be using in meeting, sometimes we have to because any part that realize that you have gotten to a deadlock. Sometimes you not sit well with the party, so you could have mentioned that at this point, I would like to have a move where we mention that at some point I'll be meeting you to have a discussion on the issue separately. So you could have mentioned that, make reference to what you earlier shared. So that is why it's important to also do more when it comes to your preparation. Your opening statement as a mediator must also delve into these issues and tell them about confidentiality, telling them about the caucusing that's private meeting that you may have with them. So I think that point you can just mention that, and you can go without mentioning that. I've seen that the two of you have got to deadlock. You may not mention that. Then when it is online, I heard him mention that they should exit for you to meet the other party. If it is not, then you have to create rooms where you can put them into various rooms and go to those breakout rooms and have the discussion with them. If there's an ask what kills you, you meet one, you meet the other person. So these are things that you can do. Then the parties as well. If you are a party, if you are a party in mediation, remember that you are not just one additional group or fighting for your party. You are there as a negotiator. So as someone who is negotiating, you should always be thinking about interest-based negotiation. Interest-based negotiation. An interest-based negotiator does not wear the strict legal right gloves, but they wear pieces of empathy and to ensure that they also put themselves in the shoes of the other party. If you always rely on your legal right or strict legal right, you may not get the outcome that you be willing to achieve at the end of the process. And again, some of the choices of the words, some words that you may be using, like maybe what you'll be able to agree or will come to a compromise. You, the mediator, you part the case. It is not your case. So
you are not coming to a compromise with the parties. So you, in any way, you have to make reference that you be able today is an agreement by you, the party, but not you, the mediator, telling them that you are not part of the process. So you remove yourself from the process. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Nyacham. Mr. Isaac, sorry. Thank you so much, Mr. Isaac, for your feedback. Mr. Nyacham, are you with us? Or while we are doing that, okay, Mr. Nyacham has already requested that. So what we will do to just better aid, our learning within the session is to take questions, right? So that if there are particular things maybe during the simulation you struggle with to understand while making the research for it, please, you can go ahead and ask questions within those lines, and our mentors will do well to help address them. So please, do we have questions from the mentees? Are there questions that you guys would like to ask based off of everything you have researched and also the simulation itself? If you have a question, please, you can indicate by the raise of hand or by sending your questions into the chat box. Hello, can we hear me? Please, if you have questions for our mentors, please let's do well to ask. Okay. I don't know how we are going to do, seeing that we don't have questions. Mr. Nyacham. Mr. Nyacham, are you with us? Can we hear me? Can we all hear me? I don't know if I'm speaking to myself. No one is responding. Okay. All right. So, all right. Since we don't have questions, neither do we have any. We don't have questions, neither do we have any contributions any other contributions from our mentor, as Mr. Isaac has given some of his feedback. And okay, I think Mr. Archie also said on the chat box, the two groups mediation section successfully ended in settlement, which is a good gain for a mediation process and a win-win for all parties. So that is Mr. Archie's feedback. Thank you so much, sir, for your feedback. I don't know. In the absence of any questions, I think it is safe to call it an end to class. All right. Well done once again to both groups for putting up your simulations together. For our next session, which is arbitration simulation, please, I want to encourage us that while we are doing our research, because it's still going to be the same materials you will be using that you use for this simulation that you use for your arbitration simulation. Please let's try as much as possible to take questions, right? The questions will just help probably maybe better engage us or engage our mentors while they give response to it. But based off of their feedback, they said a job well done to both groups. You guys did your best in the effort you put, and also with the specific corrections that Mr. Isaac gave. I hope people all took it into account. Please, you can go ahead and rewatch the session. So just kindly follow up on anything that you might have missed from his contributions, right? Yeah, so with that, we've already taken pictures, and I think let's say we call it, or we'll be ending this session right about now. Thank you everyone for making yourself available. Please do not forget to fill in your attendance. Your attendance will be sent into your group. Please note again that class is mandatory. Class is mandatory, right? So for everyone who was able to stay to the end of class, well done to you all. See you all next week, and please enjoy the rest of your evening.
Thank you, sir.
All right. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you, sir.